Yes, maybe. Hello.
We're good.
We're good. We're back. Evan, look at that. 174 episodes, my cup of tea.
Wow. We're almost there to 200. 200 episodes. This is going to be insane. What should we do for 200 episodes? What should we do? We should go crazy. Um, I don't know.
When is the 24-hour stream?
24-hour stream sounded cool a couple
Still
years
does.
ago. Does it though? Does it?
Old man.
I'm pushing Unk status. Yeah, it's I mean, I feel like it would be fun for the first. I don't know how long it can last, like 6 hours. That sounds fun, but times four, um, that's going to be tough, Bob. But you never know. I mean, if we just play games all day, if we just strictly play games, maybe I'll lock in. Maybe a podcast transition into games because games be like you be teleporting, you'd be like, oh wait, it's been 3 hours, holy shit. So that'll be fun. But yeah, be a hoot. Good day, good day. We're doing this Tuesday. I was away in Chicago this past weekend. The Chicago International Film Festival. Very, very, very fun time. Saw Sentimental Value. Great movie. It was just an accident. Great movie. Frankenstein yesterday. A really good movie. So I'm doing very good. And then I go back again. I'm going down Saturday morning. I went down Friday night last time. I left like around 7:30, 7:45. This time I'm leaving in the morning. One, because I don't want to pay an extra day of hotel fees or motel fees. And two, well, that's kind of it, actually. I just want to pay the extra like 80 something bucks or whatever. I've been spending so much money because I've been having some car issues and then hotel stuff. It's been ridiculous recently. But pretty good weekend overall, though. I had a great time. I can't wait to go back next weekend. I'm seeing Hamnet and No Other Choice, which two movies I'm super, super, super excited to see next weekend. And Chicago was nice. It was great. I was walking around the city sometimes. It was very fun. So yeah, good weekend overall. Movies have just been really awesome this fall. So I'm happy about that, man.
Nice.
What else? What else am I up to? That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Yeah, let's dive right into Gen V, baby.
Bam.
Boom. There we go. Love to see it. I love that background there. What is that background? Oh, I guess like it's like the Gen V logo stuff. That's really cool, Nathan. How long does this take you?
These don't take long anymore. I pretty much got this design status on lock. So
love that for you. What were your thoughts on this finale? Again, we're doing this late, but I wanted to give our overall thoughts on this. Not finale, sorry, the penultimate episode. I wanted to give our thoughts on the penultimate episode because it's more interesting to talk about this in its seclusion rather than like bottling up this in the finale. Where if we did that, we'd just be talking about the finale if we doubled this up. But finale is tomorrow as of this recording, 42 minutes long according to the Twitter sleuths. I'm excited for that. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. I'm loving this season. I think it's fantastic television. So again, Nathan, what'd you think of this episode?
Ass. You may hate me, but I really didn't like this episode, Evan.
You didn't like it?
I thought it was slow. I'm kidding.
Get to the point, bitch.
I got him. No, I loved it. I loved it a lot. I think we're entering very interesting territory. I think it's important to note that even though we caught the idea of the twist early on, it's still super effective from the experiences of the characters and the performances. Like, who we thought was Cypher was a great reveal that it's just some guy who's been zoned out for who knows how long. And I think we're taking very interesting directions with Marie's characterization in her placement in the world, maybe like forming into something she doesn't she didn't originally want to be. But what are your thoughts?
I completely agree with you. This episode is ass. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Full circle. I really like this. Ever go watch Heat? This was a great episode. Nathan, we're doing the rant when we do the Hyperbase Hype episode, but I got some rants incoming for Gen V too. Not for Gen V, the show. You're doing good, sweetie. You're doing great. The fans. Who like you, Nathan, I completely agree. Everything with Marie this episode, flawed as hell, but I love it. I like it. People online, top 5 most stupid characters, idiotic. I'm like, I'm going crazy here, Nathan. I'm going crazy. People are calling her stupid. People are calling like this episode like plot. What do they call it? All these characters should have seen it coming or whatever. How can these characters be so dumb? I mean, like, it's ridiculous. Like, female main character
flashback,
right? Yeah, like especially like women main characters, they can't do a lot right. Whether they're too perfect for like Ray or they're too stupid, like in Marie's case. It's so crazy to me. Where they can just be following along the arcs that are clearly being written here, and I like this flawed Marie. I was yelling at my TV screen with my brother, with Jalen, a lot of the time this episode, but that's what makes it so engaging, so much fun. I like not agreeing with my main character. I watched 5 seasons of Better Call Saul where I disagree with a lot of his shit.
Jimmy, please. Just go to work. I don't know if I'm frozen or if Evan's frozen. I don't see the signal issue on my end, so maybe Evan froze. Okay, I always just go. I freeze myself in case I am frozen, so it's a decent image you're frozen on. But okay, okay. I think Evan will be returning in a moment. But yeah, I'd have to completely agree. I am. Granted, I haven't seen the discourse online, but yeah, I think we have a huge media literacy issue in the modern day, which is terrible. But yeah, it's important that characters are not perfect so that you can have compelling story. If all characters just like logically saw everything in the world 100%, then you do not get story. In essence, of that.
I'm back.
They are, sir. Continue.
My screen's frozen. I'm good. Hopefully, this is one of those days where my freaking laptop it literally just closed off my entire screen for no reason. I have no idea what happened there.
Oh,
but we're back now. It happened one time. If it happens again, I'll just restart my entire laptop. But we'll see what happens. I haven't used it in a while.
I was saying, like, I always fall into this thing where, like, I think I'm the frozen one, so I just hold still in case I need like a decent freezed image, and then we're both just fucking silent.
Yeah. What we're saying, but yeah. I just love not agreeing with whatever Marie's going through in this episode. And last week, I said like she's afraid of her position in this world, regardless of what she thinks. Shit has changed. You are important now, Marie. And she was denying it to Jordan. Oh no, I was laughing. I was barely laughing. Was that Draven? What's up, Draven?
Oh man.
But yeah, it was funny because she was walking away from her destiny. Saying she's not Homelander's cousin, which she's not, but same circumstances. Every character's telling her how powerful she's going to become, how powerful she already is. Even the main villain, Cypher, kept on telling her this entire season, you're more powerful than it seems. And every step of the way, she was denying it. Until we got to the end of last week's episode where she literally leaves because she knows she's numero uno target and she's just going to try and defeat Cypher and try and get the help of Godolkin all on her own. And I like that she's embracing now in this episode her destiny, what she is meant to be, her position in this power struggle that is currently happening. But she's embracing it and going a bit too far into heroism, where she turned herself from like the the knight on the chessboard into like the not the sacrificial pawn, but like she's deliberately turning herself into what she hates, what she despises. She was so upset at Kate for attacking her friend this entire season. We'll get into the Kate stuff too, but then she slowly turns into that over the course of the episode in terms of like harming her friends and belittling her sister a little bit there. It was very interesting to watch, but it's all predicated on having too much love and care for her friends, oddly enough, right? Like she cares deeply about her friend, she cares deeply about her sister, obviously, but to that degree, she's willing to take all of the damage in a gaming sense. She's like the tank, and she's just going to do things her way. She doesn't want them to be hurt. She'd rather herself be hurt, and then take the risk in terms of healing Thomas Godolkin, who at that point in the episode she believed to be the savior against Cypher, not realizing they're one and the same. Which again, it's hard to see that. Even Stan Edgar didn't know that. Granted, he didn't know he didn't have all the information on the board like we do, and the kids didn't either. Again, it makes logical sense.
And he gave them the idea that this guy is who we need.
Exactly. By the way, I love that they couldn't get Giancarlo for an extra episode.
I'm sure they could have.
They could have, but the appearance fees, like I bet it's like why put him in there if he's just going to be in the first half of the episode for like 5 seconds? It's funny.
That's a funny thought. That like, he's a very successful actor, but I also feel like I see him a lot.
Yeah, he's everywhere. We'll see him again in something next year probably.
I'm sure he's in Mando somehow.
Oh, don't do that, Nate. They don't give them ideas.
We'll talk in an hour.
We'll talk in an hour. He's dead. But he'll be in The Boys next season, definitely setting up what's gonna happen there. Is Marie gonna be in the final season? You never know. So it's time for telling me the first soup. Was
in regards to Godolkin himself.
Was he I thought what's it called? Was Stormfront before this? Or the Stormfront after this? This is like This is like 50s, I think.
The flashback was like the 60s, I thought.
50s, 60s, something along those
lines. And then obviously Nazi regime is like World War II, so that's
I'm pretty sure Stormfront, and there's been some heroes who've been around before this. But I see what you're saying, because like
I think when we get to like the era of like Soldier Boy and like that spin-off show when we get there, that's before this.
Yeah, like I forget how Soldier Boy and Stormfront got their powers. But I think they were pre Godolkin. The thing about Godolkin is kind of confusing, and I'm not the most like knowledgeable about it. But Godolkin was one of the heroes. He was just doing a science experiment that gone wrong. Remember, initially he wanted to like control soups. So his idea was based on the fact that there were already soups that he wanted to control, and his powers and his group of scientists' powers would help accomplish that, I think. But things went crazy, and like the OP level powers kind of had a reverse side effect where they were strong, but they ended up killing their bodies, except for Cypher, who nearly died, got burned alive. But yeah, we see why, like, this is a super, super, super OP power that Cypher / Godolkin has. Like this is crazy level of power. He's basically like an evil Professor X, which is always fun when the boy is able to do reverse acknowledgement of heroes that we come to love. Like, Polarity, who is like a good version of Magneto, and then you have like Godolkin now, who is like evil Professor X. Kate is like your Emma Frost-esque character. And then, there's certain heroes here and there that reflect others. But, I don't think he's the first. But, yeah, he's definitely one of the most powerful. Very, very, very powerful. But, again, when it comes to Homelanders, like, how much effect would he really have? We never know.
Yeah, and so in this, we get the most intense display of Marie's power so far, and not just in terms of like the blood manipulation, but like down to the cellular level of repair. First off, was able to fix Polarity, and what a beautiful scene. I love like the idea of when people are like so medically held back, and
Yeah.
they're debilitated for so long that's all they really know. So that when they're back to full health, it feels so strange and euphoric for them.
Euphoria. No, yeah, I love that scene too. It was great. It was phenomenal. The best part was Kate's reaction, like, "Damn, so it does work. So you can heal people.
Give me some.
Oh, give me some, right?" Like,
They almost did for the wrong reasons.
It was very funny because prior to this, we do get the scene in the parking garage when they park the car between Kate and Marie, and Kate's like, this could be easier if you just heal my ass. And Maria's like, I would never do that. You've done so much bad. And I've seen a lot of like Stan wars on my Twitter timeline, at least between like the Kate fans and the Marie fans. Kate fans calling Marie stupid. Marie fans calling Marie's logic like sensible. And again, this is why we love these human characters. From Marie's standpoint, yeah, it's kind of hard to trust Kate. From my standpoint, I'm like, y'all hold Kate when you did her stupid plan and it got her thrown in prison again in Elmira. And then I love how right after that, I said that, and then Kate brought it up like, I went to Elmira for you guys. And Maria's like, yeah, and we saved you for that, but like, we still can't trust you. I was like, Marie, but it makes a lot of sense because again, the backbone of this whole season is all about not being able to move on from their pain of losing Andre. Andre is like the ghost of this season, literally and figuratively, where he's percolating throughout all these episodes for Polarity's arc, for everybody's arc, the pain that they can't get over. But yeah, going into it, I did love again that healing of Polarity. He gets a new lease on life, and people in the comments have said, not our comments, but on Twitter, people have said, it could be, leave a comment, guys. We could talk about the show. It can't just be Draven over here.
We're very popular.
We're very popular.
Don't you want to be a part of that? Look at that sub count.
Like, subscribe, ring the bell. I was gonna say, but people have been saying like, yeah, this was going to be Andre's arc, right? Like this was going to be Andre's at the end of the episode or season finale of season 1. Andre realizes that he's having very similar issues to his brain that his father was dealing with, and it was really injuring him. It proved very difficult for him to use his powers in the finale of season 1. And you can easily see this, work around some things, but this was going to be his arc in season 2. Marie eventually healing him and him becoming more powerful than ever before and saving the day. They gave it to his father, and I think it's great. His father's Polarity's been excellent character this season, from his relationship to Emma, and then to Marie, and to Kate as well. Like, he's had a great father figure role to a lot of these students. He's the best adult in the show, bar none.
Yeah.
So it's maybe in the universe, depending on who you think is an adult in the boys.
Top 3.
Top 3. It's like, yeah, him, Kimiko, Annie. Yeah,
in terms of like level-headed people.
Exactly. You're right. Yeah, him, Kimiko, and Annie probably. Kimiko was on some stuff, but she's back.
She's back.
Yeah, him, Kimiko, and Annie. Everybody in the boys is fucked. I guess Milk. What's his name? Milk Man.
Yeah.
He's one of the most level-headed characters, right? Like,
yes, majority of the time. I don't think did he ever he was I think a little vengeful about Soldier Boy when he walked onto the scene, but he
made sense given what
comparatively to everybody else who has had big crash outs. I don't think he's reached it. Like, he punched Todd once, but I'm like, that's deserved.
That's deserved. We figured out Todd was a Homelander stan, crazy ass. So yeah, I think is definitely probably number 1. He's one of the most whenever he's arguing with Butcher, I'm like, I agree with most of the time. Yeah. Most of the time, Butcher had some good ideas here and there. Anyways, I love everything Polarity is doing, and I love his back and forth with Marie and shit. Nathan, one of the funniest parts of the episode for me was when he's healed. What do we do next? How do we find Godolkin? We're just sitting here twiddling our thumbs at Godolkin's house. We don't know where he is. Marie's like, okay, I could use my powers to search for that weak heartbeat that ended up them tracking down Polarity, not Godolkin. And Maria's like, but there's too many people on this campus. It's Hell Week, by the way, guys. The episode title was Hell Week. So like, there's too many people on campus. It's hell outside, literally. I can't find them. And that's the one case. Like, if you give me again powers, it could help. And they start arguing again. And I'm like, okay, Marie, what are we gonna do then? And I literally paused. I was like, okay, Marie, what's your plan? If you're not gonna help heal Kate, y'all are screwed. And they were like, so Marie, what do we do now? We just sit down, we just sit still. And then it was very funny because they were echoing everything I was saying. It's like, what do we do now, Marie? We just sit still. Luckily, Marie got saved by the phone call from Cypher here, which was a very funny performance from Hamish Linklater, who's just been phenomenal this entire season. But when he's calling her, like, I knew you'd come, Sage was right. Come on. And then he like, I forget his speech. He's like, okay, hey, boo. It was like, it was very funny. Just, I'm dying.
Oh my God. He was, that was interesting too. Cause like he was ready to like give up. Like he was going to take out his host. Which is wild. Like he was really like, on the edge of like, I don't think this is working out. I think just call it time of death.
Put a fork in me. I'm done. But yeah, he was on the verge of like quitting. He was literally hitting himself, which is a very funny scene. But yeah, he's upset at his like weakness, and then Marie comes. He sees her on the feed, and then he starts like getting that jubilation that Sage was right. Marie's heroism is being used to great effect for Godolkin here. And yeah, what?
We need to take out Sage, man. She's
she's the strongest piece on the proverbial chessboard. She needs to go. Question is, how she's gonna die? We know she's gonna die. But
it's got to be just a chessboard checkmate situation. No other moves out.
You just know. How do you checkmate the smartest person alive? You gotta do something that's incredibly stupid, illogical. That's usually the trick, right? Like, we'll do something extremely stupid that you can't even predict. It's like, well, yeah, because it's extremely stupid. It's main character syndrome, so maybe something the Butcher does is super, super stupid and doesn't make sense. Then, like, he kills Sage or whatever. But I'm not a big fan of Butcher right now, so I don't want that to happen.
I guess if it's just like natural, like if it's not a prediction of people, but it's just like a natural event that gets in the way,
or herself, right? Yeah. We know
Final Destination Wind. I don't.
We know she does deal with that. I forget where her setback is, her punishment for her powers, but it's like if she doesn't do, she has to give herself a lobotomy, right? Something like that.
She self-mutilates her brain so that she can dumb down her mind, so that she can not be stressed by the knowledge of everything.
Got it. Yeah. So it's not basically a punishment, what she does to release the stress, but
and then it heals itself over time.
Yeah.
But yeah, she could be caught in one of those slip-ups, which she was in last season, like when Homelander was like at an event and he needed advice. She was like out of it.
Yeah, that was good. So we'll see what happens because she's pretty locked in as like the head of VOT right now. But yeah, she needs to go. Marie gets directions from Godolkin on where he is, basically that he's and somebody did a flyover. One of the new guys, Gary, I think this is his name.
The guy you thought was suspicious.
He still is suspicious. Fuck it, I don't care. I don't like. He's so useless. This season is very well written. Why are you here, Gary? Are you here just for like?
He's a backdoor pilot, Evan.
Oh, I hate that word, backdoor pilot. The only good one for that was like Arrow and the Flash. When the Flash came in the Arrow season 2, that was a good backdoor pilot. I was like, I like this Gustin kid. He was a good CSI agent. He's good crime analyst. I wonder if he can run fast. But yeah, that was a great season. The Arrow season 1, 2, and 5 best seasons of Arrow. People are curious. I didn't watch like the last season or last 2 seasons, but yeah. Anyways, yeah. So Marie gets instructions. They basically know where to go. She's on her way there. She runs into her friends. Now, before we get to that, I want to reverse a little bit to Annabeth here. Annabeth wakes up in the morning and realizes that Marie is gone, but she realizes that via her visions Nathan, we finally got to look at see what her visions actually look like on screen, and it's pretty fascinating. We see a lot of blurry images on screen. It's very incomprehensible, but we do see Marie on the floor looking dazed and confused. I did that on purpose. And you see like blood all over the floor. What do you think this means, and what was your, what do you think of seeing her visions for the first time?
Yeah, I think she's holding her heart in her hand.
Wow.
Logan reference. I don't know. I think it's
Stop with the Marvel references, please.
I'm not. You can't stop me.
Yeah, you're thinking of a quote. I can see your brain moving.
If it's not a quote, it's a hey, this actor from this Marvel property.
What do you fucking think of the scene, bitch?
Good stuff. I don't know what it could potentially mean. I think there is the possibility that her predictions are just like a potential thing, right? It doesn't mean it's set in stone, especially not until she has full reign over being able to control her powers, which she isn't quite there yet. Like until she can like fully like tap in and like be a full-on clairvoyant, I don't think anything's set in stone. Like because she's supposed to be like be able to sense what's coming up pretty immediately. It's not like a way off in the distance thing. So I think this would have very much been what was happening in this scene potentially, because it was the same setting that they found Marie in, but because she didn't end up like laying in a pool of blood, it didn't come true.
I didn't even think of that. That is like her clairvoyance images are able to not be true. I think Jordan argues about that with her, and she's like, most of my dreams have ended up coming true. You're right though. Well, you're right though in terms of like, why is her clairvoyant images so far ahead? Like, it's like, for example, it's like Friday morning when she wakes up, and then all throughout Friday nothing happens, but then like, we still theoretically haven't seen what her vision is. I still think it's going to happen in the finale, but you're right. It could have just been what happened when they confronted Godolkin in that room. Part of me though still thinks that it's going to be in the finale. It feels like a very important image to leave us off with.
I do feel like
not that, but you're right though. Not that Marie's going to die. I don't think even in that image, it's not like dead Marie. Even if it is, we know she can come back, or she can heal others from life-threatening injuries. So
I do feel like 9 times out of 10, when you have something like clairvoyance, where it's like, oh, I saw something terrible happening, and then you have to, they try to prevent it, but then it ends up happening anyway. I feel like that's what usually happens. So I feel like it's a nice refresher. Like, no, you do have the power to like change what's potentially coming up. Otherwise, you're just kind of like living in fear until the shoe drops.
That's true. I would like that aspect. Like it's not ended up being true. But what happened to her?
It's also the formula of every That's So Raven episode where Raven just causes division.
Yeah. So is Annabeth the boys' version of Raven? I would love that.
Put it on the commentary.
Yeah. Put on That's a Raven comment. Yeah, we should definitely do that. That was fun. That's Raven.
Watch the Disney Channel show crossovers.
Those were good. My favorite That's Raven episode is the musical episode where the guy like they don't know if he is like a secret, like I forget what it was, secret music person. So everybody was like doing music videos around him, around this guy who they thought was like a scoper or like a whatever,
like a producer.
Yeah, it's like, and everybody was doing like some great musicals. It was a great episode. If people in the comments know what I'm talking about, it was a phenomenal. I had it on my DVR, and I would rewatch it all the time. It was great. But anyways, now we're going to watch that tonight on Disney Plus. What it did end up becoming true, and that has scarred Annabeth in the past, Nathan, is she saw her parents dying before it actually happened. Confirmed now.
Now it's your fault.
Right? That was very interesting to me, and that really elevates her not only her character, but like it elevates the trauma that she's had experiencing in the past in regards to like not wanting this Vought ability, not wanting V in her blood, as she explained in last week's episode. But it also explains her, not troubling, but her fraught relationship with her sister.
Yeah.
She blamed her sister a lot in the past, and even now, as we saw last week, she was still like having some growing pains with her relationship with her sister Marie. But we can see it's also reflected in this episode about putting guilt upon herself, and that's who she's really mad at. She saw the vision happen. Maybe she could have prevented it. Maybe she could have stopped it from happening if she warned her parents, talked to Marie, anything like that happening. But she did see her parents dead, and she blames herself for that, which was very impactful scene. I really hope that her and Marie have that conversation, because I think she just tells Jordan this on the car ride to Godolphin, or to Godolphin University.
It's obviously like the end goal that's important is for both Marie and Annabeth to understand that like it's neither their fault. They were randomly activated in power sets that they don't know how to control, how they work. What's
activated?
It's all about? Yes. What year is it?
This is Last of Us reference for people who don't get it.
Season 1, the podcast. You have to watch the podcast.
It was literally season 1, episode 1.
You're right. But yeah, that'll be like a nice concluding bit, and I hope it happens sooner than later, so that we can spend the next bit of time with them together, just being able to rekindle their lost time.
Agreed. Where they have time to rekindle lost time, Nathan,
Boys season 5.
And
then Gen V season 3.
I need you to pause the podcast, walk out, and then just face plant yourself.
They're gonna be in it. You can't tell me they're not. It would elevate the season for you. Don't tell me it wouldn't.
It would. But at what cost?
It's all the same producer. It's all the same production.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure the writers for the Gen V are different than the writers of the Boys. Am I wrong? Are they the same people? Am I going crazy, guys?
You don't know. Probably at least a couple.
The writing on this show is just far superior to anything that we're watching on the Boys. Maybe I'm just biased because the show is just better, but like it's crazy to me. Because like again, the Boys is like a shock value type of show, and this show just really isn't. Besides like the finale. But anyways, what was I gonna say?
It's just not all shock.
Right? Yeah, that's
the Boys isn't all shock. It's just.
I feel like every episode there's something that crazy happens. I'm just like, we don't need something crazy happening every single episode of the Boys.
Certainly has the mean-spirited edge,
Yeah.
Which I think we're just like, okay, we can. I think in the resurgence of Superman this year in Fantastic Four, we're like, okay, we can have fun again.
Yeah, I mean, it's also emblematic of like the promotion for the Boys. Whenever they're in the photos, they like do a middle finger to the cameras. I'm like,
yeah,
it's been 5 seasons now. We get it. We get it. Come on.
Which, granted, like if you go to like read the original source material, it's even worse.
It's even worse
from it. So
yeah, the stuff
that.
For sure, the stuff with Black Noir is crazy. The stuff with Homelander and the orgy scenes were crazier.
I've heard people like go and like read it like on their own time, just like like next to their spouse or something reading. I'm just like, I don't think I should be doing this. I feel wrong.
Yeah, I tried getting into it. But I'm just like, I could read some good manga instead. Like, I don't want to waste my time with the boy. I'll watch the show instead. Now, if there was a Gen V like in-universe comic continuation, I'd read that shit. But there isn't.
It's like we are watching these to like see like the good in the heroes of like the main characters we follow, versus The Boys was created from someone who didn't like superheroes at all, so it's all just mean-spirited teardown. So
exactly, yeah, it's all very mean-spirited, but it's still like enjoyable to a degree. Yeah,
there's interest.
But yeah, I what's it called? I really like the Annabeth stuff with Jordan. It was really good. It also gave Jordan a means to like explain that she also didn't like her powers growing up, but then she learned to be comfortable with it. Another season 3 thing about Annabeth if she is part of the gang, learning to be comfortable and growing into her powers. Once again, we saw her abilities be a bit blurry in this prologue to the episode. So maybe that'll get like, it'll be cool to see that visually changed in future seasons if she becomes, like Nathan said, a more powerful and confident clairvoyant. We'll see what happens. She is in the finale. She is like seemingly fighting against Godolkin.
Is there a preview? I didn't see one.
Just them standing in a room.
You see these previews. Did they play at the end?
They Amazon Twitter account, Amazon Prime.
I don't do that.
I did mute Gen V because I'm not gonna be able to watch it until tomorrow night, and people are gonna watch it. As soon as the clock, I think don't they have 3 a.m. drops?
I guess so.
I know, right? Yeah, we've been pretty good about that. Like I wasn't spoiled by anything last week. I don't think so. But just in case, I muted Gen and Gen V the hashtag. So I probably just mute Marie as well. I don't know what she's gonna go through.
Dolphin, I'm sure.
Yeah, I have a feeling that she is going to die. By the way, we did see Marie get hit hard with Homelander's blast, and this season has just been emphasizing how powerful Marie is in terms of a healer. Maybe she unconsciously healed herself when Homelander hit her last season. People have been saying that, like maybe it's like she just put her hand to her chest and just healed herself subconsciously. And then what if the same thing happens this week, or something bad happens to Marie and then she just heals herself or brings herself back to life by like.
So you think she will get taken out, but then she'll revive herself unconsciously?
Yes.
Okay.
Something like that. Let's put that into the prediction.
That's better than you just saying she's gonna die.
I've seen other people say that as well, so I'm not like it's not completely Evan coded, but I want to hop on board that theory. I'm on the train.
Do we think Superman's showing up?
Homelander, yeah. I think
he's referencing my Peacemaker finale prediction.
Yeah,
he was on set.
I told you that one. That was never gonna happen.
There was a possibility. If Flex was in the season,
it wasn't. James Gunn said no.
He didn't say that one specifically.
He did. He said no. I told you this. He said.
Well, he also said someone big was popping up, and no one did they? James needs to.
What are you talking about? We saw the black guy from Superman. I don't know.
We did not see Mr. Terrific.
The Lex Luthor's henchman guy was giving out orders.
Yes. You right.
Yeah. That guy. I forget his name, but that guy.
We love that guy.
There. We love that guy.
Good actor, sir.
He did his role well. Yeah. Before we get to the more predictions, though, I do love the reveal. Then again, in the fight, we didn't talk about the fight. This show is really good fight scenes. Polarity versus Godolkin, Cypher, which turns into Polarity versus Cypher versus Sam versus Jordan versus everybody in the room.
Whack-a-mole. That's crazy.
Whack-a-mole. It was really, really fun. I love that scene where he's just talking and then Sam's like, "Gotcha," and like flings him against the wall. Sam is so powerful.
It's so crazy when they start like apprehending each other, and like Jordan got captured and was like, "Sam, it's me."
Yeah.
There's a real possibility that could be a lie. You don't know.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to catch this fist in the face regardless. Like,
but if we knock all each other out, then it's easier for Cypher. Fuck.
It's so hard. He's so powerful. It's crazy. Wish we had a telepath in the group, Marie. Wish we had Kate helping us out.
I do want to establish in regards to Kate. I fully 100% at this point trust her now. When she was given the opportunity to get her powers back to turn everybody, and she doubled down, I wouldn't use it on you guys anymore. It's like, okay, yeah, it's confirmation. Like, this is like under the gun, like show your real colors. She has.
That was a beautiful. You're talking about the scene where they're all getting levitated and Marie's like giving her the ultimatum.
Yeah.
That was a great scene. Troubling from Marie's standpoint. Like, oh, Marie, you're going a bit too far here. Again, makes sense. She's literally pushing them away.
Yeah. But so to protect you.
Yeah, I know. It's flawed as hell, but it's a we've seen Zuko do stupider, and Zuko's one of my favorite characters of all time.
This is like the first time in a long time I think of the idea like I did it to protect you, and it makes sense here because I feel like some things and stories just say that line, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense at all.
But whenever the hero says it, it makes sense a lot of the time because what the villains want is the hero. So like they wouldn't necessarily like, for example,
Yeah, no sense.
Marie going to Godolkin. Godolkin wouldn't necessarily kill Marie. He needs Marie alive, and Marie
Yeah,
knows that. Godolkin doesn't need Annabeth, Emma alive. So if they entered that room and he was physically able, he could just be like, slice your
Oh
throat
yeah,
open
you're
or
right. Yeah.
something. He
In
could have
this
easily
instance,
just
yeah,
like wiped him out. But what I'm saying, but I'm in full agreement with you though. Still, that's like not a good plan, regardless from Marie. And yeah, I really liked Kate there. She, like you said, she doubled down, being like, "Nope, I'm not doing that." And it was just wild for me to say, like, "I will heal you if you stall them for me." I'm like, "Wow, this is not good." You just not even 20 minutes ago, you got upset with Kate about like physically hurting them last season, betraying them. Look what you're doing now, Marie. It's like it's so hurtful, especially with Jordan. Like with Jordan,
Mm.
they're gonna have a good talking points to have in the finale here. Some people think they're gonna break up in the season finale. I don't think so. I think they're fine. You know,
I would hope so. I can't. I
I
don't like
would.
on and off things.
Yeah, me neither. I wouldn't know what to do if my girlfriend just blood manipulated me. I would feel hurt, but like at the same time, um, you know, I'd get it. And
We got
Jordan was
bigger
the
fish to
first one.
fry right now.
What?
We got bigger fish to fry, you know.
Exactly. And Jordan was the first one to help Marie after she healed, Marie. Or no, it wasn't Jordan. It was Kate and whatever. Or maybe it was Jordan. I forget who was in the room. But either way, I like that Jordan didn't shift. People noticed that, like when Jordan said, like, "Trust me, Marie," before she got blood manipulated, that like she stayed as female Jordan, not male Jordan, to make her point. Now a lot of the time she turns into like male Jordan to like make her point.
Yeah.
But it was very sweet. Their relationship just really rocks. But yeah, I've been loving everything that Kate is going through this season. Beautiful redemption arc. Great, like again, doubling down of her convictions. And I'm excited to see what she does in this finale.
Yeah.
What else? Yeah, the fight scenes were incredible. And then as they're fighting, Marie is healing Thomas. We talked about it, like what would it look like Marie healing him? Like we saw Marie heal the scar on her sister Annabeth when she got cut open, so she can repair scar tissue. But to see her really heal a burnt to a crisp body was wild to me. That was very fascinating. But she heals him completely. People said this actor, is he the SpongeBob actor people have been saying?
Yeah, the dude from Wicked and whatnot.
Yeah, he's in Wicked.
Yeah, he's the guy from Munchkinland who is interested in Glinda before going to Elphaba's sister.
Wow, didn't know that.
Big year for this guy.
Big year for this guy. Why are people mentioning SpongeBob? What does he have to do with SpongeBob?
He's plays SpongeBob on Broadway.
On Broadway, okay. I was like, he's not a voice actor. I'm going crazy.
Which is funny that I'm watching like him be like a supremacist essentially, and I'm like, SpongeBob, no, don't do
it. I know fucking SpongeBob had Broadway. The fuck?
Yeah. The show is at SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs.
Wow. That's awesome. Yeah. I was like, what are you talking about? Oh, yes.
MCU SpongeBob.
Episode 1. But yeah, it was great. It was pretty disgusting, but it was a great healing scene from Marie, who, gets pretty out of it as Thomas heals himself. But I love the slow realization, the dual realizations, as Polarity is about to do the killing blow on Cypher, but Hamish's acting is great because his octave goes up a little bit. He's like, it's not me. It's not me.
Oh, please, I don't want to
die. It turns out his name is Doug.
Yeah.
Doug, and he worked at Blockbuster with a cat. He had a cat.
Named Buster. That honestly puts things into perspective too. Of just like, did he just lose his job at Blockbuster and has been under for years? That's horrible.
I mean, yeah, Blockbuster's been dead for 2 decades at least, right? So
Yeah, at least since like they closed in like 2010ish. So
2010ish, yeah, and we saw 2010 seems a bit too recent for Blockbuster to be closing. It had to be earlier than 2010.
They went a fair bit. Like I think like no later than like 2012 that their doors were shut.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. I was gonna say but we also saw him in photo like help giving birth to Marie, not giving birth, but being the doctor involved there.
Right, yeah.
So he has to be at least like 20 years old, at least 18, 20, something along those lines.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So he's been in there for 2 decades, and I always said like he looks just like young Thomas. Are they related? Not at all. They're not related in the slightest. It's just a random person, which makes it even more like troubling to be in somebody in your head for 2 decades. I can't freaking imagine. Jordan was going through it for, if not more. Yeah, Jordan was going through it for like 5 minutes. So that's insane. So just terrible circumstances for Cypher. And that's why again he couldn't feel pain. Right, it was just he was like a meat puppet for Godolkin.
Yeah.
But the reveal was great on the other end as well. For as he's climbing out of bed, fully healed. Was he naked at the time too, or was he in his underwear? He had like
he's in a diaper.
He's in a diaper. That was very funny.
Yeah. Just like the other guy.
And the boys would have made him naked. But
this show is clearly not above that.
That's true. But yeah, it was just very funny. But yeah, I do like how Kate is one of the ones like, we got to go. That's Cypher. Like she clocks it as well. And as they are leaving, people have noticed like she does give like Cypher like a horrified look, and Cypher looked at her. Like I think Cypher realizes that like, if Kate gets her powers back, it's gonna be really hard to mind control people when there's another telepath in the building. Arguably more powerful if Kate. Again, it's all about potential. Kate has more potential than Cypher, but Cypher has more experience. So we'll see what happens there in the finale. But I do think she will be healed in the finale. If that's a prediction, it's going to be. It's inevitable, but I'll put it up there as a prediction. But that's the end of the episode. As he starts going on his killing spree. He kills the guy that Sam was supposed to follow around like a dog on a leash. That was weird.
I'll curveball prediction that Emma will be.
Yeah. Say it again. Cut out a little bit.
I said my curveball prediction will be Emma can control her power by the end. That'll be mine.
I would really like that. I would really like Emma being able to, again, come into her own, control her power. I did like, just real quick, I like what we saw from Emma this week as well. Again, her and Sam have a very good, well-written connection. I like their scenes with them. But then with Gary, whatever his name is, Doug, one of the two. I'm getting the name between him and Cypher confused. He's Gary. Yeah.
Sure.
Whatever.
I will say the fact that like it seemed like there was a point where Sam and Gary are kind of like going back and forth for a second of like who's the better guy to help out Emma in that one scene. That sways me to like I think Gary's fine because like why would he give a shit?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's just he's so basically written, Nathan. It's really odd.
But at that same time, it's like if he was like he was nefarious all along. It's like, well, okay, why?
That's true. Like why? That's a good point. I don't know. But you know what? Fine. I'll be swayed towards you, Nathan. But if Natsumiki's evil, I'm pointing at the screen saying "fuck you." Just remember that. So that's kind of the end of the episode. He starts going on his killing spree. In the finale, there's a teaser out there already. I'm not gonna go into it, but shit's gonna hit the fan, I guess. But I guess the two main things for the predictions. First up, Kate getting healed by Marie. That's inevitable. And then Marie, in my opinion at least, the vision, Annabeth's vision is going to come true to a certain degree, but Marie's going to be fine. She's going to be on the verge of death, but she's going to be fine. I don't know who's going to kill her or hit her. Maybe it is Homelander. I don't know. But I guess it's number 3. Homelander will appear, I think.
Huh.
I don't want him to, but I think he will.
I think Annie could pop up again.
Annie could pop up. Good call. Good call. Good call. I like Annie popping up. That makes sense as well. I think that's it. I think Annie and Homelander are the 2 characters from The Boys that will appear. I don't think Stan Edgar will appear. I don't think so.
Butcher tries to kill Marie.
Stop it. God.
And that's why she's in that state.
I would go ballistic if he appears.
Well, she'll heal herself. It's fine.
Okay, nice.
We have to heal Butcher.
Do we?
We do.
It's the final season of The Boys. He could die, Nathan. He could probably die.
This worm's eating his brain. He ain't thinking right.
He's not thinking right. But, like, you know, I hate characters who sacrifice themselves. But if Butcher balls out, like, I wouldn't be too upset. His character is so annoying to me. Last season really did a number on me.
Look, I really did think it was all going to come down to Butcher was going to have to like he's already dying, so like a sacrifice makes sense. But now that Marie has introduced this ability to heal people, I feel like the number 1 person in like the main continuity of The Boys to heal is Butcher.
That's true. That's true. Maybe he's too far gone and she can't do it. I don't know.
Can we?
Never know.
What's her name? Who got torn in half? Who has blood powers?
Can we heal Victoria?
Can we pull her body back together and put the blood in?
We have the technology. / Marie.
Can Marie like resurrect a whole corpse? Is the question.
That'd be amazing. That'd be funny as hell. She can't. She's not that powerful.
Blood is stale. It's expired.
But okay, yeah. Any other predictions for the Gen V finale? Are you excited for tonight?
I'm definitely excited. I'm gonna have to make sure I hop onto that episode so I don't get spoiled.
Nice, yeah.
But no other real predictions other than I think we're gonna have some interesting tee up for Godolkin. I don't think he's getting taken down in this episode.
I don't think he is either. Because it's a finale, Dale and I usually watch our shows at night, like after we're done with everything. We might watch the finale as soon as we get home from work tomorrow because it's important. So I don't know, because I just don't want to get spoiled. But anyways, that was Gen V. I'm super excited. 52 minutes. I didn't think we'd do that, but that was fun. Okay, next up, what's next, Nathan? What's next? Can you tell the audience?
Yeah, got it.
I was waiting for the the soundtrack to pop up, but I can't hear anything.
You want to get DMCA'd?
Yes.
Not my channel.
Tron ARES. I think this would be a fun short review here because Nathan and I recently.
I have 3 hours of things to say.
Shut the fuck up. That would be a world record of 3 hours of anything to say about Tron ARES. But I think it would be a fun discussion because I watched Tron 1984 for the first time.
Me too.
And then we both have. And then I rewatched Tron Legacy like Nathan has as well.
First time for me again, though.
First time, that's crazy. Yeah, it was my second full time seeing it, so I shouldn't say that's crazy. But
I have no bias to the Tron franchise at all going into this.
Nice. And then we saw Tron ARES. I saw it last Monday. Saw it in Dolby. How'd you see it?
IMAX.
Nice.
Pretty expensive, pretty cool.
Pretty nice. But yeah, I figured like I was gonna go see an IMAX, but it was like an hour later, and Dolby is like, people talk about like the score being the best part of this movie, so might as well get a good sound system.
Good score.
It was funny. We were talking about it on Edgar's channel. What the fuck is it called? So do we think Godolkin is? This is from Draven. Do we think Godolkin is getting taken out next episode, or is he making it to the next season of The Boys? He's getting taken out.
Oh, what?
You think he's making it?
Well, yeah, because he's not gonna get taken out in the finale, and the next season is The Boys. So.
Yeah, he could be. I feel
You
like
think
what
we're
value
gonna
does he have? What value does he add to the boys?
he he made Homelander.
I mean, I guess, but
He has like Edgar's
the
like
Homelander.
knowledge wasn't wrong.
True, but he didn't physically make Homelander, right? But like, or maybe he did, but whatever. But he was in charge of the stuff going on in terms of like the creation of like the V in terms of the in the womb, that kind of thing. But at the same time, it's like we already dealt with Homelander's true, like the people who really had an impact on Homelander growing up. All those scientists in that last season, we spent a whole episode on it. He got Homelander got his lick back. Godolkin offers nothing to the boys, just like last season where their principal died. I forget how she died last season, but the principal is going to die here. Like every season, you're just going to kill off more deans of the school.
Was his defense against the dark arts?
Yes, every person in here is bad or either getting killed or exiled. I think Godolkin is dead next week. That's my prediction.
I don't know. I think he's going to be a key part of season 5 of the boys.
Key part is crazy, Nathan.
I think he's going to be a key part of like.
Is wild.
I think he's going to have the knowledge to defeat Homelander, but like he's not going to want to, and we need to extract it from him. And Kate will probably be the one to do
it. Are you thinking turn anti-hero?
No.
So what are we talking
he's like
about?
A supremacist. I mean, he's not. There's no hero in this.
Yeah, that's true. But it's like I just don't. He's gonna go crazy in the finale. The kids are gonna group up and kill his ass. I just don't see how.
I don't see how you build up like all this time to like let's heal this guy's and then now
build up.
Right, but we took him out.
It's a season. It built up to the finale of the season.
You kill off your threat every season.
Yes.
For every show.
I mean, it's just been 2 seasons, and again, in season 1, the big threat was kind of like it turned out to be Kate, right? We learned that Kate was manipulating Patrick Schwarzenegger's character. Mm-hmm. She's the one who kind of gets on the rise over the course of the season. That was kind of like the underlying threat was Kate, and the principal had some ideas about like using Va or whatever to take down Homeland or whatever. But like, I think. I just think Godolkin's story ends in the finale. That wouldn't be that. Draven, what do you think? Did you leave a comment? What does he think? Is Godolkin
we moved on to Tron ARES.
Draven, give us one comment. What do you think, real quick? But yeah, we can move back to Tron. Or whatever.
He also had.
Oh yeah, I forgot he's Master of the Universe. He's not He-Man though, right? He's Skeletor.
He's Skeletor, yeah. So hopefully makeup.
He'll be behind CGI. And again, if Leto isn't the main character, maybe that's fine.
Works in 2049.
It works. He's really that's probably his best performance in 2049, and he's stiff as hell.
He's an Oscar winner, by the way.
Yeah, I think performance in Dallas Buyers Club is good, not great. But he did turn in a good performance. I can't deny that. It was really good.
I think he generally is a good actor.
I wouldn't go that far. He's an actor.
Okay, you can have opinions about the man.
No, I mean, yeah. I mean, I'll say the same thing about like the internet loves to hate like who the internet loved it? Chris Pratt, I guess, right? But he's
yeah,
not great, but he's good.
Yeah, it depends on the
best Chris.
it you play to his strength, then like you're really shining.
Yeah,
that's the case for him.
He's not good in like Dominion, for example, but
in the what?
Dominion, Jurassic World Dominion.
I don't think he's bad as Owen Green.
He's not bad. He's just not engaging as an actor in those roles.
They could give like more flair to the character, but I think they just stuck him in an archetype.
And that's the writing in the Jurassic World trilogy in general. There were very flat characters across the board.
Because I'm like, I know Bryce Dallas Howard is a great actress.
She's great, yeah.
And granted, some moments of Claire I like, but like I want more for this character.
For sure. Speaking about wanting more, I wanted more from Tron ARES. I wanted more digital, Nathan. But but this is gonna be a spoiler review for Tron Air. It's been out a week. Nobody else is seeing this movie. As Draven's box office report talked about. But by the way, small rant. Tron Ares was always going to flop. It was always going to flop. People tweeted out like, "Oh, if Ryan Gosling," I think it was Variety THR. I don't know. Somebody said like, or it was a producer who said like, even if Ryan Gosling was involved, this thing would have flopped. And people quote tweeted like, "I would have saw if Ryan Gosling was in it." You're lying. Don't say you would have saw it. This movie made
all guy do.
I want to say this movie made 33 million opening weekend. I think the Fall Guy made less. Like, the Fall Guy box office.
What if it was Glenn Powell?
Glenn Powell. It probably would have flopped even more. Glenn Powell isn't pulling in. The Fall Guy box office was 27 million. Now tell me,
all in
opening weekend.
Fuck.
All in, it was 181 million worldwide, 92 million domestic. So it's gonna make more domestically than Tron Ares, which I think is gonna cap out like at 60 million domestic. But I think, yeah, and that had 4,000 theaters and a $27 million opening in May of last year.
Who do you think is who is like the biggest star you could put into this that would have boosted?
Tom Cruise. But even then, you could have an Oblivion scenario. I don't know what Oblivion made, but like that wasn't big either. Let me see. Big star that would have people guaranteed. Leonardo DiCaprio, maybe.
That's the interesting poll. Like,
who's the biggest? Who's like the big like you got to see them stars? Denzel, maybe the black audience could come in through.
You think Hemsworth would have done something?
Chris or Liam? I'm kidding.
Chris. That is to say, like, I know, like,
Chris ain't pulling shit.
I know usually, yeah, and you'd think like Men in Black would have been the one, but like other than Men in Black, he hasn't really had like big franchise stuff outside of Marvel. So it's like if he was plugged into this, maybe.
No, he doesn't have a history. Things that if you plug it into another franchise that doesn't have good history, it's going to do well. No, I think the scenario is people don't fuck with Tron. Stop trying to make Tron happen.
Keanu Reeves as Ares.
Because Matrix Resurrection was a huge hit.
Hang on, that was day and day.
Oh yeah, that killed the movie. Sure, it didn't do so bad for Godzilla or Mortal Kombat.
We were in a pandemic.
Or Five Nights at Freddy's. Like
those came out after.
Were those all after? Were those 2022?
Yes, I'm delusional, but
either way,
that's all blockbuster return, and then we were just like still like putting stuff together, but it was still a pandemic.
True. But yeah, this movie was doomed to fail, and I tweeted it out. I'm like, what this franchise needs is like a Dan Trachtenberg type to understand what Tron could be, what aspects could appeal to a wider audience. I don't think this was it. Even from the previews, you had like, Jared Leto isn't your biggest sell, but it looked stale. It didn't look interesting. Tron is about the grid. It's about the grid. And all we saw from the trailer was like, and what we got from the movie is them fighting on like real life highways, jet bikes, or the Tron bike, whatever they're called. Night cycles. Really cool name.
But is Tron really about the grid?
Yes. I mean, part grid, part like every movie now that we've seen all three movies now. Every movie has like a corporate takeover subplot in them. Like that seems to be like a secret sauce for Tron. It's like we got to have a corporate takeover as a B plot in this movie, which I don't think is necessary. I think that's the first thing I'll change when if I make a Tron movie. Take out the corporate stuff. I guarantee you, people do not care about that. That being said, I'm gonna use this review to talk about all the Tron movies. And in 1984, I really liked the scenes, the IRL scenes with Jeff Bridges and them. They all had that trio with him, his ex, which was his other friend's girlfriend. Weird relationship in that first movie. I didn't know what the fuck was happening there.
Kissed a copy of her in the grid.
Like it was weird. It's like she was obviously his ex, Jeff Bridges' ex, but then she's going out with the main character of the movie, the guy who ends up playing not Tron. Yes, Tron. Or his
computer copy is Tron.
Is Tron. Okay, yeah. Was his name Alan?
Yes. He's in Legacy as well. He's the one who gets the page.
Yes. He was good in Legacy. So Alan was like that's Alan's girlfriend, but then in the grid, the girlfriend's like kind of like flirty with Jeff Bridges' character, and they kiss. I'm like, what is happening? I don't get.
It's a copy.
It's a copy. Okay, whatever. But either way, the corporate. I actually did like the scenes with them in the arcade talking as like humans, and Jeff Bridges trying to get back into the action. Like, yeah, I hacked into their system. I really like that kind of stuff. And the grid in 1984 was beautiful. It was really well done. Josh said he likes it more than like the designs of Tron Legacy. I disagree. I think Legacy. I haven't rewatched it. I still don't think it's a masterpiece that people really think it is. I think it's a very flawed movie, but it's my favorite of the trilogy. I really like Tron Legacy. I think it's incredibly flawed. The father-son dynamic doesn't impact me as much as I really think the movie wants me to. Partially the de-aging stuff, which is fine in the grid to a degree. But the prologue is a mess. It ruins all emotional moments when they flash back to 1989, where you see young Sam with Jeff Bridges, and it's like a younger, clean Jeff Bridges in that.
He's got the rubber face, yeah.
Yeah, not great at all. But in general, I like the movie. I like the design. Tron Legacy is one of the most effortlessly cool movies I've ever seen. It just exudes cool. The designs look great, and Rinsler, who turns out to be Tron, fantastic. Doesn't say shit, doesn't do shit, but is very, very cool. I really like that character. So Tron Legacy does have like a good heart and good head on his shoulder, competently directed by Joseph Kosinski, which I figured out was his feature debut, which is kind of crazy. But there's some good heart-to-heart moments between Sam and Olivia Wilde's character in that movie. So at least they were attempting something. The intent was there, and I admired the vision, and the score is incredible. Sound design's great. So I think I like Tron Legacy, and by a little bit, Tron 1984. They're very close, though. Both movies, though, gotta say, dull. They're pretty dull and boring towards like the middle portion of their respective movies. Like towards the middle of Tron Legacy, towards the middle of 1984. I'm feeling like very like, okay, it's just happening.
I was watching the original Tron, and I was getting to a point I was like, what if I stepped out of the grid? Because honestly, like the way it's shot back then, like in the real world, I'm like, it looks pretty good.
It looked really good, yeah.
Film, but but I also it was carried by Jeff Bridges, who I just like his characterization of just like that, like, hey man type of personality he has. I like it.
Yeah, I fully agree. I think his personality was great. He was a great like co-lead for that first movie there.
I think he's the lead. I would say he's the lead.
Would you give him Best Actor? Or like would you nominate him for Best Actor in Tron? Or isn't Alan the lead? Is Alan supporting in that movie?
I would say he's supporting because your main guy is our boy
Bridges,
Flynn, who even like the first like opening program that we see get killed is his original program, like the first iteration of Clue before the second Clue is made in Legacy.
True. I see what you're saying.
Like the whole series is based on Tron. It's like it's more like the idea of him, not like he is the guy.
I get you. So I guess that's true. I admire the in real life IRL portions of. Funny enough, I like the real life portions of 1984. The real life portions of Tron Legacy aren't that great. There's a great scene between Alan and Sam Flynn in the beginning there, in like the garage scene overlooking the bridge. Really good scene in Tron Legacy. By the way, not the biggest fan of what's his name, Garrett Hedlund, the guy who plays Sam.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting big 2014 Godzilla vibes from him. It's like him and Aaron Taylor Johnson just in a dull movie. He's a very dull actor to be portraying what's going through there. Definitely think he was like miscast, but he's a good actor. I just think he was miscast in this movie. Okay. But yeah, and then Tron ARES, which I think is the weakest of the bunch. The story is messy. It's all over the place. I don't say. I was having an argument with this about Josh, with Josh, because he was like, this whole movie was just miscast. And I'm like, you put anybody in this movie, it wouldn't be better. It wouldn't be better. Like, I love Greta Lee. Yeah. This is her first time in a big, blockbuster. She's not great here. She's just not. But she's great. She's great in her voiceover for like 10 seconds, Spider-Verse.
So crazy.
Yeah. She must be friends with like Phil Lord and Chris Miller for doing that. But yeah, like she wasn't great here. Neither was Leto. Neither was anybody else in this movie. But like, don't get me started on our boy, Quicksilver. Evan Peters, who plays a super cartoonishly. Evan Peters is a great actor, but he plays a super cartoony character. Here.
Have you seen Our Billionaires Today? That's real.
Just if we can point to a lot of crazy
12.
He just, his character just wasn't that interesting. The relationship with his mom was really weird and bad.
It's Gillian Anderson from the X-Files.
She's great.
They had an episode where they go into a video game.
She's a great actress. I haven't watched a single episode of the X-Files, by the way.
I watched a handful, and like when I went to Jersey, it was on cable, and I was like, "Fuck, I want to get into this. This is great."
It was good TV.
I enjoyed it a lot. I want to like. It's a great like. You probably could just like pop in like it could just be like a random like episode. You'd be fine, but like I do want to watch start to finish to build up that relationship with Scully and Mulder through it all.
We should watch like 1 or 2 episodes, like the premiere or something like that. Is it streaming anywhere? X-Files?
I think it's on Prime.
Prime?
Hulu or Prime? No, yes, it's on Hulu. Hulu and Disney Plus.
Really?
Yeah.
X-Files.
Because I think it's a Fox property.
Yeah, Hulu, Disney Plus. Wow. Okay. 11 seasons.
11 seasons. They revived it for 2 seasons, and there's 2 interluding movies.
Wait, 24 episodes per season?
Yeah, man, it's stacked.
For 11 seasons?
Like that is a devoted franchise for people, man.
That's crazy. Oh, season 10 has 6 episodes. Season 11 has 10.
I think 10 and 11 are the new ones, but yeah. And then they had 2 movies. One was in '98. The other one I think was in 2010.
10 seasons of like 24 episode seasons. Bring me back.
And 2 movies. Theatrically released.
Theatrically released?
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's really cool. So yeah. That's crazy. Good on you, X-Files. Anyways, I feel like again, you cast anybody in this movie, the writing was just subpar for me. I wasn't gripped by any of the relationships in this movie. Again, like I said, a lot of the central plots in these movies tend to be about corporate takeovers. Unfortunately for Tron Ares, the corporate takeover wasn't the B plot. It became the A plot. As you had Evan Peters' character trying to take over or get full reign of the company versus Greta Lee's character who's trying to avenge her sister or, honor her sister. It
was a race to make a digital permanence, which I think is interesting concept.
Give me the permanence code. The seed. The allspark.
Yeah. What else you got?
Give me the sperm.
What?
Same thing. they were getting there, and give Michael Bay another movie, and that's what it'll be called.
Hybrid.
Yes.
Well,
I know, Nathan. I had fun with this movie, Evan, because I like everything. I drink the Kool-Aid and everything, Evan.
Wow. Wow. Think you know me? Think I know who I am?
174 episodes.
Say again, say in my fucking face.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Don't call me out on predictability, motherfucker. My experience with the Tron franchise is my favorite one.
You're joking.
I'm not.
You're joking, Nathan.
I'm not.
Wow.
I'm not.
Wow.
It's still like my 14th of the year, so I'm not in like 16. But
this is your Overtron legacy.
Yeah. Let's break it down.
I'm curious.
I think the positives of the first Tron is the fact that it has the most Jeff Bridges, who is my favorite character in this whole series. And like I like old like visual effects development, so like it's very impressive what they were able to do, and like the fact that like they literally had to like render it and just pray it looked good, and then they would screen it for the first time on a projector because there was no digital software to edit.
That was really cool. Yeah, when you told me that.
Yeah, and it's like really deep detail when you realize they had to like every scene where it's like the light on their suits, they had to individually cut each frame of film out to project light behind the frames. And they filmed those scenes in black and white as well and they had to recolor the faces for the effects of getting the colorization right within the grid. It's very impressive stuff there. Tron Legacy is quite the step up in terms of, obviously they step up in visuals, but I think like my biggest enjoyment there is it probably has the best plot out of the three, like the idea of like Clue developing the perfect utopia and whatnot, and like the big uprising that could come from invading the real world. I think that is the best plot of the franchise thus far. But my biggest concern, my biggest gripe with Legacy is like the colorization for me is very dull. For me, for something that's supposed to be neon, I just found the colors quite muted and like washed out from the white brightness. Yeah, in the grid. And I'm just like, oh no, that's because I was like so ready for just like full like saturated neon that we're surrounded by, and it really wasn't. So like visually I was feeling a little stale. There's cool moments and like I said, it's a great soundtrack. Daft Punk is wonderful. Great cast, characters, like good cast for sure. Even with Michael Sheen, Martin Sheen, Michael Sheen.
Who was Michael Sheen in this movie?
He was like that dude in like the club with like the slick back hair and the cane.
Yes, he was fun. Yeah,
that was fun. Stuff like that, and again, like it gave me a lot of like good moments with Jeff Bridges. But here with ARES, like even though I can like contest like some lacking elements for sure. Visually, like off the bat, it's the best for me, not just because we're in like a modern age of effects, but I just genuinely feel like the contrast of like the colorization. Like, granted, I'm like a sucker for the red and black color scheme, but I just thought visually like all of the effects and like with the grid and outside of it were just like top notch for me visually. I really like how it all paired with the music. I'm such a sucker for pairing visuals with soundtrack like that. So that was, and there would be a lot of moments where we're playing the soundtrack, or we're just fucking coasting through these intense effects. And I'm like, this looks really great. Big fan of Garenda Lee, so like she was working for me in her performance and everything. And the whole idea, just in terms of plot for a program wanting to like breaking away from the code to develop life. It's nothing new, but it is a story type that I am intrigued by, and the idea of like racing to get the resource of object permanence is also compelling to me in this essence. It really does like develop to like these plots. So like I've been wanting for like sci-fi things where like, they always say like, man, we can get to like points where like you can regrow limbs, cure cancer with this stuff, whatnot. Like, and with something like this, and even recently Jurassic World Rebirth, I'm like, you know what? Props to them for committing that they actually got it into the hands of people that will make that happen. Like that world is now forever changed. cool. I would like to live in that society and see it, but
It made more sense here, where it was put in the hands of somebody who could actually do something, like, you know, the
yeah,
head of the company, rather in Rebirth. It's just like, I guess we can go to CVS or Walgreens or something. Like they had no plan to give it to anybody. It's like, okay, what are we gonna
yeah.
do here? But yeah,
And I also love Dillinger's corporation, like how they print into the real world, how it looks like a 3D printer, how it has like the exoskeleton builds around it that break away when they uh move out. I think like that's all quite stellar. Um so yeah, you know, it's obviously like it's a simple plot, right? It's pretty simple. It's a pretty simple journey, but it works for me enough. And comparatively to the other stuff that I've experienced, it just like engaged me, you know, fairly idealistically and a lot visually. Which, you know, granted, I'm a big movie theater experience IMAX, so like the visual is like a big part of it. So I was
for sure.
pretty enthralled throughout the entirety.
I just found the visuals. I feel like Kaczynski matched like the scale of the grid more so than what we got here. I mean,
Mm.
and I could admire it more because it lasted longer. We get glimpses. We see. I did like the sequence where he goes into like the 1984 grid in this movie. That was really cool.
Yeah, I thought that was
That
pretty
was a really
sweet.
cool sequence.
And I like Jeff Bridges' scene. I don't know if that's originally him or if that's just a backup copy. It's a bit ambiguous, but I like the like
I think
ideology of
backup
giving
copy.
life to the program. You know.
I agree. I think that was a backup copy in my. That's how I interpreted it as. But you never know. And yeah, okay. So I admired the visuals more in Legacy because I felt like I could sit down and look at it more, and I don't think they're extremely muted.
Mm.
But I do see what you're saying. In contrast to Tron Ares, that's definitely the case. But I definitely, and I guess Tron Ares in 1984. But I do like the darker colors. That palette kind of works for me. But in Tron Ares, a lot of time it's just like them in the real world doing that. So it's still hard to admire those visual effects in that
That
case.
that was a concern I did have going into this. Is like, oh, we're leaving like the cool space that is built of like the intrigue of the franchise. Like how well can this really work? But I was pleasantly surprised in like how it was used. Like, granted, yeah, we're not just like surrounded by the same elements all around in the digital world, but I'm still getting the effects right. Like we're still getting the light cycles leaving their trails, lighting up spaces. I honestly like a framing of like how they're like, you know, the grid being just like a normal like block layout of streets within a
That
city.
overhead shot was really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, even when like the like 20 plus missiles like are all like fired from the big ship and it's like leaving like long trails everywhere. I thought it was visually popping for that. And the way they disintegrate, they derez, the effects are the best they've ever looked. And I liked the element that it seems very painful that the programs are physically dying in it. I thought that was like a raw instance to that, which is really cool. And I like the fact that they have time limits of like you have 29 minutes before you reset. That create cool elements for me.
It created a cool ticking clock for sure, and that pain really goes hand in hand with like Leto's whole arc of like wanting to be not human, but just like wanting to matter, wanting to just like, you know, have somebody that cares for him to it, even to a little bit, right? Just like cares for his like ability to live, which was Good Lee's whole thing. It wasn't like romantic in any sense. It was just like, I care. I'm empathetic to your plight. And that's all he kind of really wanted. So yeah, that was cool. I just that storyline just didn't work for me emotionally. I wasn't really gripped by it. But I did like the visuals again. I just wish I could admire it more. But also I just couldn't stand that third act, Nathan. There's a scene in this movie where you see also the black woman from the Acolyte. What's her name again?
Oh yeah, she's great.
I'm blanking. Crap, I'll find it in a second. But like, there's a scene at the end where she's just like, okay, so she's after Greta Lee's character, and Greta Lee, Jodie Turner Smith, she's fantastic as always.
Yes.
Not so much in this movie, but like you know,
She's committed to the archetype she's playing.
Exactly. She didn't have much to work with there. Very committed. I liked it. But like, she's after Greta Lee's character. And then Greta Lee's plan was like, I need them to take him away from me. So instead of getting on like a car and like zipping the fuck out of there to like distract him, she starts running in the middle of the city. And I was lost. I'm like, don't you want to get the hell out of there? Well, isn't that your plan? Or was her plan to get caught? Because she runs like a block. She quickly gets caught. She crashes. In the meantime, you know, Jory Turner Smith's character crashes into a building. Things fall down. It gets crazy. I'm like, she nearly dies if it wasn't for Leto returning in just in the nick of time.
I can't remember if that was like a planned like get to a certain spot situation.
Her plan was just to run away from the building so her friends could keep themselves alive and hack into the system. It was just really weird. It's just, you see her just like, I was like, what is happening here? But yeah,
you got the keys to a car right now.
She's rich. She's like, yeah. Anyways,
I don't think we have time for a confirmation purchase.
Hack into a car, you genius.
That's hot wiring. That's hardware, baby.
Yeah, she's knowledgeable about that shit. Anyways,
you bust out a keyboard and plug in, you know.
It was a really weird third act for me. It looked low budget. Like there was a sequence where they're just like her and Leto like after the case. It reminded me of like the post-credit scene in Avengers. It was very funny. Which is all that construction around them and just like they're just chilling. But they have a good heart-to-heart. Yeah, they have a good heart-to-heart. It was fine. It was just I just wasn't compelled by the character relationships in this movie. Again, Evan Peters with his mom was just like cookie cutter mother son. I hate my son kind of thing. I don't hate my son. I love my son, but like he's being extremely reckless.
Yeah.
And yeah, I tweeted out. I tweeted out. There we go. I was like, movie has really lost me when you spend the last 5 minutes teasing a movie that might be better than the movie I'm already watching, and B is never going to happen. I literally laughed when he looked at Olivia Wilde's photo, and there's mysteries to be solved, and I'm like, no, there's not. First of all, second of all, because she would have been in this movie. Second of all, it's like,
well,
I don't care anymore. Stop it. It's not happening. Don't find her. Don't put her back in this franchise. It's over. Stop it.
It's a double-edged sword, isn't it, Evan? You want to make a good movie now, but like if you are teeing up for a sequel, you want the idea of the sequel to also be better to like, come back and it's going to get even crazier.
Yeah, but it's like we did this in like hella movies.
Everything.
Tomb Raider, she ends with like 2 guns. It's like, okay, wow. Uncharted. I was like, okay, cool. Wow. He's
got the mustache.
Wow. Okay. Like there's like tons of movies that end. It's just like Mortal Kombat. Right?
But at least we're getting it.
Yeah, at least we're getting it next year. So we don't have to wait that long. But it's like, it's wild the amount of times a movie from an IP ends on a more exciting future for their franchise than the existing movie. But then none of this would have been interesting because then we see Evan Peters get corrupted by.
Oh, so you saw the post credits?
I did. I stuck around.
See the second one?
By the way, Evan Peters, is that really a post credit scene? Was it like 2 seconds then the scene shot? Like,
no, you got the full like stylized credits of the cast and everything. Like this is a production Disney. Whatever.
Did I wait that long? What was I doing?
A couple minutes, yeah.
I usually dip out of movies, but. There's a second one?
Yeah.
You're lying. There's not a second one.
You got me on the in-between of my thought process. So I just said, yeah, and that was the damning evidence. Olivia Wilde was there, Evan.
She shows up like
Sam was bad. Apparently,
it's time to go back to the grid.
Apparently, the actor for Sam doesn't act much anymore. I don't think he wanted to do it.
Garrett I thought I saw him around somewhere. Am I going crazy?
Is he?
Let me look up Garrett Hedlund. What the fuck is he doing these days? He's in Tulsa King, the
maybe he just didn't want to do this
TV show. He might have been busy doing that. Get more paychecks. He was good in Four Brothers in 2005. Yeah, he's not doing much. Was he the lead in Aragon?
Okay.
Let me see. Yeah, he was. That's crazy. Aragon was my shit when I was growing up.
So
yeah, he's not acting that much. Yeah.
I was talking to my friend about this. Do you think Tron would be serviced well more in like the setting of a Disney Plus series?
No.
Not at all. Where we like explored the grid and like
it's hard because isn't the appeal the visuals, and can you match the theatrical visuals to TV show visuals? Like, what's comparable to like a very beautiful looking digital show on streaming? Because that's what it would be. It would be on streaming. I guess The Mandalorian, like Star Wars show, but even Star Wars gets. You said what?
Monarch looks good.
Monarch, what?
Legacy of Monsters.
Legacy of Monsters. Oh,
Godzilla.
That's true. Yeah, Apple has a budget. Disney does too, but I don't know why they're skimping on their Star Wars visuals.
Because we're going off subscriptions and not tickets.
I guess.
Yeah. I don't know how it works.
But yeah, like the first season of Mandalorian, I was like, okay, so Star Wars shows can look really good. But then, like, I really love like the Acolyte, but like I don't praise the Acolyte because of its visual fidelity. But like it just, the Star Wars shows aren't looking that great. Marvel shows look decent enough. But like if that's what we're gonna get for Tron, it's gonna be even more digital heavy, hopefully, ideally. I don't know. I don't know what the future is for Tron. But I'm serious though, Nathan. I think you have to go the grid route. Somebody gets trapped in the grid, and you go the Prey. Prey did right. Like Dan Trachtenberg realized the simplicity of the Predator franchise. You get a hero, impossible odds against a Predator. That's it. And I did that in the 1700s, and that was Prey.
Yeah. And then he did a triathlon of that in Killers.
And it's exactly what we got. Like characters, impossible odds, cool technology, Predators, brutality, awesome. And we're getting it in. We're getting that same script in Badlands, except this time the person with the impossible odds is a Predator, trying to survive against an unwinnable planet. That's awesome. For Tron, the thing that we like is like the grid. We like the duels, the light cycle. Ideally, like people love being like, literally transported into another world. That's the cool part about this. We don't really care about corporate takeovers unless they're like written well, unless you're like Succession.
Sure.
In my opinion, at least. I mean, I'm not the biggest Tron fan, but like, my Tron stuff comes from Kingdom Hearts 2, by the way, where Sora gets transported into the Tron world.
What year did that game come out?
2006, I think.
Oh, did you go into classic Tron?
Yeah. It's funny because like I grew up remembering like, oh, it is based off of Tron Legacy, but no, Kingdom Hearts 2's Tron story is based off of 1984's Tron. They even have like the master computer thing as like a final boss battle. Yeah. But then Kingdom Hearts 3D from the Dream Drop Distance, that uses Tron Legacy's storyline. That came out like in 2014. I forget when. 15?
2010.
Lying.
Not.
But yeah.
No.
That's when Tron Legacy came out, but I don't know when Kingdom Hearts 3D came out.
Oh, okay.
Jesus Christ. No, I'm not. Chill out. You turned into Clue.
No, I turned into fucking Mr. Sunday movie.
So yeah. I don't know what it's so hard because there is some good stuff in this world. It's so cool. Again, Lexi showed me how cool this world could be, but I don't know how to capture that. In theaters, definitely not. It's over.
I think.
But in streaming, maybe.
I think the corporate
animated.
And they did that. It got canceled.
It got canceled, but that was when like they were doing the CGI animation. Like I think
Bro,
right.
this was a 2D animated.
That was 2D.
No, it wasn't. It was 3D, but it was like the textures were like like Iron Man Armored Adventures type.
Exactly, and that's just not appealing to the general public.
Yeah.
Despite how Iron Man Armored Adventures was really good, in my opinion,
Right.
and I heard Tron Adventures was really good too, whatever that show was called.
Yeah. Tron is in it for like a focus. So
cool. But yeah, I think animated show is the route. That's the move. You can do the visuals can look incredible there. You can do extended storylines there. I think that's the move. Yeah, we did it. We did it about.
Right on. I think the corporate entity is necessary. It's just like the physical, like corporate in the real world is not interesting, but like their digital programs that they are running can create like vastly intriguing visuals and threats.
Okay, I agree with that. I'll agree with that part. Good part. Maybe if we co-write it, you can write that part. I can write the good stuff. So
I'm one of the 5 writers.
Yes. So yeah, that's Tron ARES. Nathan's favorite. What's your second favorite? Do you go ARES 84 Legacy?
I'd go ARES Legacy 84.
Okay.
But yeah, and again, like it's like a weird triangle of like I like all this. If we could just like match it all together into the middle, get Jeff Bridges back. He's I
agree. Jeff Bridges doesn't need to be in this franchise anymore. By the way, they kept trying to extend the whole necessity of Flynn.
I will say,
you don't need him in this movie.
Like of the extent that we have used him for this, I think is the perfect way you could have done anything for like bringing him back.
Agreed. It worked. It made sense here.
If he was like a consulting piece of history and philosophy and like biodigital jazz, man, that's a great line.
Oh yeah, fans are like, man, they should have made Sam the main character. It's like, I don't know if that would have made the movie better, guys.
The man is white bread.
Yeah.
And I want to care. And like maybe they could have like written like even like better, more involved thing, but
yeah, Sam just wasn't that good of a main character. It's not a hot take. He's just not that good of a main character.
Credit to everybody who like adores Tron Legacy. I had a pretty fun time with it. I'm just like I'm reviewing like all of these Trons just like very fresh without any of like the built-in long history attached to it.
Without the member berries.
Yeah. But
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. That is my favorite part. Have you watched the Caravan of Garbage of the Trons?
I haven't. Was that released a while ago or was that recent?
Just now, like in the last couple weeks.
Okay, then I haven't watched it.
So funny.
I gotta start watching this. I haven't watched Sunday movies in a minute. I used to watch that all throughout college. Like over 4 years of Mitch Sunday movies, and I've just stopped.
It's still gold, man.
It's still gold. That's crazy. How old is his kid now? Man, I remember when his kid was just born. That's crazy.
I think maybe like 5.
They got to be 5. Yeah, they got to be 5 now.
5. He has 2 kids.
He has 2 kids now?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Good for you, Sunday. Are they called Monday and Tuesday? Happy days?
His name's James.
James? I know that. James and, don't tell me, Mason. James and Mason.
Yep. Nick Mason.
But yeah.
But you could follow us.
Don't follow them. They have millions of subscribers.
They're not even active.
They do take a break in January, and that's it. From what I remember. And then follow me on Twitter, HarrisEV9. I'll be back in a minute. We'll be back doing Star Wars. So
yeah, you can follow me _ Time Buzz and make a show called Time Buzz, co-starring Craig Consultant and Harris.
Playing Ben, who I can beat Tron's ass. Don't question Nathan. What are you doing?
I was thinking your favorite, bitch. I'm the writer. That's decide what happens, and I say you have a digital edge. Yeah.
Nice, thank you.
You could probably corrupt the grid if you wanted.
Ooh.
You could probably
Master Control.
Yeah, you could probably be Master Control. But right on, guys. Please come back in a minute.